We'll start with SPY. So this showed me it was just very overbought. So that's why I was going for that 410, what I call a 410 call before the close, because I think it may push up come in the morning. If it doesn't, we're going to use our 2-point play. So right now, what you see is all the levels that we broke, like we were already here. So every time we broke, I put another line on that break level because that was a support breaking. This dotted line was the anticipated high of us going to where the resistance was at. And you see we made it up there. So I'm going to turn this dotted line solid. So before we hit pre-market, I'll probably come on in the morning too, so we can just get an idea. We want to look at it. So we closed at 408 again, 2 points to the upside. We're looking at 410, 2 points to the downside. We're looking at 406. And you see I already have that goal line. I did not put it there. That's a previous point of control right at 406. So point of control on today, we're at 408.41. So I'm going to mark it so I can have it for later. Just going to change in the afternoon. That back to the kind of goldish color. But again, once we see pre-market, we can kind of get a clear estimate of where we're going. But ideally, if we trade sideways, if we mark up, again, I'm looking on the 1 minute, just being oversold, overbought, however. So we need oversold. So we think they're going to buy back up to the 14. If no buyers come in for Friday, we can see this just flushing back down to this 406. I don't have any levels in here. So this could just trail down because I'm not having a support. If I wanted to go look for support, I can just come to a higher time frame, auto adjust, and then come back and see. So here, this was pretty much sideways action down to this 406, which is why I have no other supporting levels right in between here until that 406. Not to say that they won't find support, but that's what I have. Pretty much mimicking itself. Push up, push up, push up. Like this is a strong, this 414.36, strong resistance level. And we're getting a little bit lower low, not too much. I know this is kind of a little, wonky for some people to look at, but just this again. I have all these levels. Why? Because it's madness when you look at it like this. But when you're day trading, these are all of my support and resistance levels. Actually, this one it can be taken out because the top one did hit. And this is how I'm able to trade every day. It's already set here. Again, until we get out to this level, it's not even. Let's go to the day chart. Until I'm way out here at 480, it's nothing. It's nothing new. Everything we're seeing has already happened. All we're doing is doing retracement and following in line. So tomorrow again, we're looking on the upside, depending on pre-market 410 call. We're looking for a 406 put. Let me go back down to the lower time frame so we can see it. Again, all of this push up, and this I was not confident at all, just because of the size of the candles, and then we got kind of overextended on the ATR. Once we hit that, what do we have here? Double top, double top. What was going to happen? Down to the bottom, where are we going to? 2 points to safety. We hit 412, we're going to go down to 410, hit 410, boom, nothing but, you could have just rolled this all the way down. This was our last support here at 408.46, and I think I had another one. Yeah, this 408 and even like 408 even us getting to it went 408 after hours. So that's SPY. Then we got Tesla. I like Tesla on a Friday. I love Tesla on a Friday because the contracts are cheaper, and we're able to get some out of the money strikes. Again, if SPY continues to fall, Tesla's gonna probably fall, or it's gonna take the lead. If people start buying up Tesla, this is gonna go. This is gonna be a strong factor here. Is Tesla gonna hold its 200 level, or if it's gonna push back up, possibly in the 210? ATR is 10. I know we usually do half of that to safety, but with so much volatility in Tesla, we can take it to the upside or to the downside. So I'm looking at, Tesla 190. If we break that 200, if we stay above this 202, we need to get back to this 207. This was a support level that I have here. This was a anticipated level that hit several times. So I'm gonna go ahead and make that solid. So before we really get up to that, I would want to hold 202 back to 207 and 207 back to 210 with probably some consolidation around this 212. So no more than like to the upside. If we get that trend up to the 215, we see this 216, another structure of support here. It didn't really get much higher. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark that as an anticipation area where all of these are kind of hitting. And then back to the bottom, boom. There's my line. We holding 200 or we going lower? Boom, where's my next level? I have 177. Now we're not gonna go 177 tomorrow unless something crazy happens. So what do I need to do? I need to come back up to a higher time frame, see where I got some levels, and I don't have too many support and resistance levels to kind of throw in here. This might just be a bit of a free fall. But see, there go my 190. So that's where I anticipate then this next break, 182, and then we're back to this 178. So I got all my lower levels. These are levels that either hit or touch, and I can remove that one. Let me go back to my lower time frame. Again, this is where we're at. If we get to the upside, 207, 208, 210, 50s might be a strong resistance. And then we trace the corner control of today, which was a little above 212. And again, I wouldn't go more than $20 on this, and that's based on volume. Again, the DTR, the daily true range was 15, so you don't want to get too much out of that. The volatility on that and momentum will give you a move, but let's not go more than $20. But we can take that in $5 increments: 202, 205, 215, 220. Then to the downside, I say take less of a risk. We do 200 to 190, and then kind of scale off of that because it's going to be oversold. So that's it. Those are the two I wanted to look at. Let's review Nike really quick. If I had Nike, I dropped Nike in the group. I do plan to do more leaps and swing trades, but we got to get out of February 1st because that's um, we should see an uptick and then a sell back down for March, and then we'll be able to do more swings. I want swings with safety and get us in the best premiums. So that's why I want to wait a little bit before I throw too many swings. But on Nike, again, this is like a sell zone. Once I get up in here, I'm looking for some puts. This is my buy zone. When I'm down here, I'm getting into some calls, and these are my sell and buy zones that I'm looking at for the swing trades in the next, coming weeks. So we see here, if we go back over, these were buy zones, bought it back up. This was a sell. Once we hit this level, selling back down. So I could have, as soon as this candle hit at 130, I could have took that put back down. 116 would have been a little off, but this was the buy zone. It didn't come all the way quite down, but I would have had support. I would have known to put a line here because we had some support right there. And that's how we would have paid that put. And that is a support. So it's going to be solid. See, I hit that support from this candle all the way back over here in January. I hit my sell zone, sell it down to here. What happens when it's here? I can actually move my buy zone up if I want to. It just all depends on how you mark your chart. But I like it right there. That's not how I really wanted to move it. I wanted this line to move. There you go. Like make that a little bit wider. That's my buy zone. It's a little bit wider. So we got a tighter crest in here. So I'll pull it back down if we drop lower. but it didn't quite make it back up to my sell, and it's already selling back down. So again, we want to see if it bounces or comes back down, and that's why I took the Nike to the 127 and it slowed down from there. We're getting a lower high, so I would expect we would come back down and touch this 121 point. It could, but look at the chart. Top, almost a triple top. So it could come back down. But those are all I really wanted to cover. We're gonna have some of the same sentiment on Apple if Tesla's running that same way, or if Tesla's running. If either one of those are moving, you can go ahead and take the Friday expiration for Apple. We ain't gotta hold those long. Again, I'm not looking to swing anything until we get up out of February. If you're already in stuff, you can always drop them in the group and we can evaluate them. But let's see, got 9 people here. Anybody want to hop off and ask questions? Everybody prepare for tomorrow. I'll convert this after. This is a short one. I'll convert it and put it on YouTube, and I'm gonna try to hop on in the morning so we can see if some of the levels we were thinking about are gonna show up based on pre-market. Let me just go ahead and plot those so we can see them as dotted. Anticipating. Go back to the 1 minute. Auto adjust, and this is gonna be the initial. Let's change the color so I know what we were saying for tomorrow. It's gonna be here. 410, purple, got it. This is where that's where we're anticipating a retracement. And then if not, our lower level is gonna be right there. And it's purple. So that purple and gold line, those are our lower levels. So we want to see where pre-market falls. If we're below this, we take this 406. If we're above this, we're gonna take that 410. So again, who's here? I don't know why it's not showing. All right. I'll give y'all 2 minutes, a minute or two. Oh, got uh, oh cool. You got it, Eve. If anybody, I mean, y'all feel free to hop off mute. If you got some questions, you got me here. Again, I'm gonna try to come on in the morning so we can get a perspective, go on and get in the market and get out in the first, 30 minutes to an hour. Then we'll play through lunch and then we see what we have at power hour. Can be risky, but should be fun. Any questions? 7 people. If nobody got no questions, this is the prep for tomorrow. If you got any other tickers you want to look at, we can drop in and mark it up real quick and see what it's trading. If not, I'll get this processed and sent over to YouTube.
Hey, Chastity, no questions, but I appreciate it. And gonna look forward to seeing what Tesla does tomorrow. Although I work in the morning shift, so I'll probably be doing more eyeballing tomorrow than actually trading.
But you've done good.
Appreciate you getting on doing the markup.
Oh yeah. I just noticed this halfway. Can we take a look at Ford? Sure. Ford is not my best friend anymore. Like me and Ford were tight, and Ford's HER took a dumpity dump. So I'm not really feeling them no more. But let's look at Ford. I gotta go to a higher time frame. With Ford, oh, these are some projections that I did, and it kind of hit my lines. Oh, I think this was, what was this? Pushing off. So we didn't hit that for that projection back to 450, and this was like we're gonna take a put here, and it's pretty much in a range. So what I would do here is, this is on the 1 hour. I take this trend and see what it's doing, top to bottom. I like visual effects, so I do a lot of drawings. So now I have this range, and I want to put it here and see where we're going. So we got it. It didn't quite make it to the top of this one. This one looks like it's almost a repeat of patterns, and it's not really getting outside of this pattern. When it pushes up outside of this pattern, come back down. This is overextension, comes back down. Same for the next play. So I would almost take the bottom here It's kind of keeping this one. So let's make a channel right here. I know I got a lot of lines and stuff going on, and I can delete them in just a minute. But yeah, it's respecting this channel. His 12.50, they're buying it back to 13 and a quarter, and they can't get over 13 and a quarter again. Um, I don't know what's up with Ford buyers, but they like to trade it every 20 cent. They lose their mind. If we get up 13.25, we're gonna sell it back down. Oh God, it went to 25 cents. Now we gotta struggle to get to 13.50. It's just a 25 cent, struggle bus to get somewhere. So if I'm doing anything, I would look, a little bit further out. But this is if I put this on a trend since what was this? Beginning of February. That's the point of control. This was the up. We're not really taking that move. So let's cut that out. So what is this trend? What am I looking at? Projection down to this $12 mark and in about a week. So unless we get like we pushed up out of this trend and it came back down, we touched this trend, came back down. So looks like we might come back down and try to chop this 12.50 again. But I would give it time. I wouldn't play this on a weekly. Get the 2 week out contract, 50 cent increments, trade it down, and then trade it back up. Once you see if it pops out of here and comes back down, or if it respects this trend line. But again, once we got outside of that trend, it popped back up, stayed in this channel. It's like in this little channel. It when got outside that channel, boom, came back down. So I would, it's not the best, it's not the worst trading, but it's not the best. I have that same setup. This was a buy zone, this is a sell zone. Once we got here, sold down. We pushed up out of this one, got overextended, but that was earnings. So this is exaggerated. Got here, boom, what do we do? Once we're in this, and I need to bring this zone over. Once I get in that sell zone, I'm looking for puts, and I wouldn't be wrong to be trading puts here. So just kind of keep that in mind, looking for supply and demand zone or support, however you want to look at it. So I know that's my put zone until we get back to this level and buy back up. We'll extend this over and see if it brings back to $11 or if it takes it all the way down. So that's just one way to look at it. Ford is fun, but it's just one of those long trades. It's an easy one to trade with not a lot of risk and not a lot of volatility. If you want to look at something for a long time, you can just put it out there, get the trade out for a couple of months, and just watch and see what happens. Because it's not gonna move a lot, so it's not gonna stress you out. Week over week, you're probably gonna get 30 or 40 cent. We're only moving 50 cent a day, so 50 cent every 14 days on average. So it's not gonna do a whole lot. I hope that was helpful. Anybody else? You can hop off or drop it in the chat. You're not new. You're new, but you're not new. Any other ones you want to look at? Anybody else got one they want to drop? All righty. And like I said, I wasn't gonna hold y'all. I just wanted the people I said I was gonna come on for tonight for, come on for tonight for. Then we'll hop on in the morning. And see what we get. Take some live trades. We can paper trade too. And see what other setups we have. But I appreciate y'all tapping in. Y'all have a good night.